So you might be asking me, Josh, why do I have all this money here? Well, if you give me 30, I'm just kidding. Basically, I was recording a video before where I had to be a bit of a flex offender, so I apologize for that. This money obviously is not real, just like pretty much every piece of money you see in every single ad on YouTube or Instagram. So don't fall for the bullshit. Anyway, let's dive into the video. What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you the key to content marketing, which is not actually about going viral, but getting compounding growth through absolutely banging content. Now, how do you actually do this, you might be asking? And that's basically what I'm going to tell you today, is the 3 steps to crushing it with content marketing on Instagram. So the key to growing a large following quickly on Instagram is not actually so much about going viral. Now, if you follow these steps and you go viral on top of that, it's an amazing way to grow, but simply randomly reposting content without much of a message and just trying to go viral is not actually going to build you an audience fast. It might get you a lot of numbers, but they're not going to be engaged, and it's sort of going to be a waste of time. The key is to put out good content that has a congruent message, and so when one post does go viral, all of the other posts are very similar and back up that message, which then allows you to build a strong following, because someone sees that piece of content, they come back to your page and they can binge on 50 more pieces of incredible content on Instagram for whatever you talk about, whether it be Fortnite video clips, whether it be talking about investing, making amazing food, gym workouts. I don't care what you do, what niche you're in. This is key, so I'm going to dive into how that is today. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of pages that have simply gone viral and don't really know what they're doing and hit 20 or 50 or 100K, and then they sort of slow down because they don't really know what they're up to. On the other hand, I know pages, and I've had pages myself, where you start slow and you just focus on compounding growth rather than viral growth, which is like boom, 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 boom. Compounding growth, which is just slowly and then as a nice trajectory upwards. Don't know why I did that on both sides, but it's a much better way to grow, is to focus on growing through your content and building it up over time. So 3 ways you can crush it with this and how it's done. 1 is make sure all of your content fits the same message and is targeted towards the same person. Now, this is super important, because if you make a post and it goes viral and it's all talking about real estate investing, and that does really, really well, gets a ton of likes, brings in a ton of new followers, and then the next day you make a post which is about health and what foods you should eat. Now, these are slightly related, because a real estate investor might also want to be healthy to maximize what they're doing, but they're different niches, and so none of this new following cares about that, or if they do, it's a very small percentage. So they're not going to engage with that content, and on the other hand, you're going to get a ton of people who are interested in health find you through this post that don't care about real estate, and so you're going to split up all your audiences if you start talking about different topics. And this is a horrible way to do things, because what it will lead to is maybe you have 60,000 followers and 15,000 are there for health, 15,000 like real estate, and 15,000 want to learn how to, I don't know, crush it in the gym, and 15,000 want to learn about arts and crafts. And that means basically only a quarter of your audience is engaging with each post at best, and is going to ruin you within the algorithm. So all of your content has to be congruent with the same message and targeted towards the same person. You can have multiple pages, by the way, if you want to talk about different things. Have one for investing, have one for health and fitness, and have one for your arts and crafts channel with your little sister or whatever. Number 2, and this is super important to get that viral growth, and that is to create content that very little people have seen, or if they have seen this content, put a new spin on it. If someone sees a brand new quote they've never seen before that they 100% agree with, they're 100 times more likely to share it than if they just see the same old quote from Jackie Chan or Warren Buffett or whatever it might be. And that is scientifically backed up by statistics and data. So don't doubt me on that. But basically, if you create new content people haven't seen and they relate to it, boom, you've earned yourself a share of the story, you've earned yourself a tag to show their friends, or even a screenshot and a repost, because that new content does well. And it doesn't even have to be entirely new. For example, you could take an old quote from Warren Buffett or whatever and do something brand new with it. And this is how the whole motivational business niche evolved. It used to be just quotes and you have a nice pretty background. And nowadays it's like an infographic style thing where you've got like a quote and then you've got like actionable tips. So it might be like the average millionaire has 7 sources of income, and then they list 7 different potential sources of income that people could have and how you can get started. And that's how my page at Income Notebook is just blown up, is through that content there. So you can either create brand new stuff, which is pretty hard, or look at what's already there and change things up as to how you edit it, or how it's worded, or how it looks, or something there so it's a bit of a pattern interrupt and draw someone's attention, which is going to force a reaction, whether it be a share, a tag, even just a like. You never know, and that sort of stuff does well, especially does well on the Explore page too. Number 3, and this one's super important as well, is give people actual value. Whether you're making them laugh, teaching them something new, motivating them, creating an emotional reaction, whatever it is, make sure they leave with something of value you've brought them. This is way more likely to be able to get someone to share your content than it is if it's just sort of bland and doesn't have an impact on them. Because if I watch a video and it makes me crack up laughing, I don't know, say Trevor Wallace, he's a bit of a legend, watch his video, it makes me laugh, I'm going to share that because I'm like, damn, that's awesome. He recently did that one about like every dude with entrepreneur in their bio that's flexing these mad stacks, and essentially everyone laughed at it, everyone shared it, it went massively viral, he did super well. And the reason I keep talking about compounding growth is because it's such an important way to build your Instagram account. Because that was 3 tips to crush it with content, but I'm just going to explain a little bit about why. Compounding growth comes from one thing, and that is content. If you nail your content so that every time you post, some people are sharing it, some people are tagging their friends, people are engaging with it, every single time, you're going to build up a larger following that's going to continue to grow. Because if you look at it this way, let's say you have 1,000 followers, and every time you post, you get 5 comments, you get 50 likes, and you get 5 story shares. Now, if you consistently go with that and you keep growing it, then when you hit 10,000 followers, you're going to be getting 500 likes and you're going to be getting 50 comments and 50 story shares. And this is just going to accelerate your growth. So every time your follower number goes up, you've got more people that are sharing your content and building your audience for you. And it's such a powerful way to grow, especially once you hit 10K, 20K, 30K, because things just literally explode. I know accounts that are at like 50,000 followers that have been doing this, that have been hustling on Instagram for 6 months, and they've hit 50K, and now they're growing like over 1,000 followers per day. So it took them 6 months to get to 50,000, which is very fast, by the way. And now they're growing like 30, 40,000 in a single month. It's just crazy. So focus on creating content that just absolutely bangs, because that is the key to crushing it with Instagram. It's probably the key to crushing it with YouTube and Facebook and Twitter as well. But there's also a lot of clickbaity stuff on there. But on Instagram, create amazing content that all serves the same customer, all serves the same person that you're trying to reach, that also is reasonably unique or in some way unique so that it draws some sort of attention at least, and give someone some actual value. Whether you're making them laugh, whether you're making them cry, whether you're motivating them or teaching them something, give people something. Don't just post a picture of you at the beach with your ass, because it's not really helping anyone. Unless you're some supermodel that's incredibly attractive, like it doesn't stand out from anywhere. Whereas if someone's scrolling through their newsfeed and they see 10 different photos of their friends and family and they go and like them all, and then they see you, who they've never ever met in their life, and you post a video that makes them laugh, they're going to share that. And that's how you build real loyal fans, is because now you're in front of all their friends. And maybe one of their friends comes and follows you, and then they love your content and they share it to someone else. That's a much better way of growing your Instagram than having some average quotes and some average content and just buying a bunch of shout outs, because that'll increase your number, but it's not going to increase your true fans, which is by far the most important way of doing things. You can have 1,000 true fans who love you, and you can make a full-time income off that. Believe it or not, you can. If you've got 1,000 people who love you and will buy everything you sell and will share everything you post, you can easily make a full-time income, because if they can give you $10 a month, that's a 6-figure income. So build those true fans, build those loyal fans through incredible content that serves their needs essentially, and keep them in mind, keep them as the forefront. So that's basically it for this video. I know I rambled on a little bit, but hopefully you guys picked up some nuggets of absolute wisdom, and I will see you all in the next video. So make sure you smash the subscribe button with my so make sure you smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's there at Josh Ryan. Go do that. Like, subscribe, and follow me on the gram so I can flex some more fat stacks. See you guys in another video sometime soon.